In period 1 of the lesson, How Heavy, How Light, we implemented the zero investment innovative idea of concept explanation and guided the students through an exercise whereby they had hands-on experience with weights and weighing scales. We ended the session by teaching them how to use a weighing balance and reach a conclusion as to which objects are lighter and which are heavier than the weights which were used. Now, beginning with period 2 of the lesson, let's guide the students through the concepts of determining sums and differences of weights, collection of data and its representation in tabular form, and drawing inferences through a discussion. And to begin with, we will need to keep prepared a weighing scale and standard weights, 3 objects to weigh: tomatoes, onions and potatoes. Now, start by placing different vegetables before the students. Inform them that they will now weigh and find out how much quantity of each object is present. Measure each vegetable one by one in front of the students. Ask the students to calculate the total quantity of weights. Note down the calculation of the weights on the board. For example, if the weights equal to quantities of potato are 1 kilogram and 200 grams, write it on the board like this: 1 kg plus 200 grams equals to 1200 grams. Similarly, note down the quantities of each object on the board. Now ask the students, can you tell me which object is present in the most quantity and which is the least? Accept all responses. As a follow-up, ask them, now can you find the difference between the quantities of the various objects? Students may do the calculations in their notebooks. Accept the correct answers. Continue with the activity by asking, suppose we want to cook all the potatoes in this collection. The recipe says that for cooking the potatoes, we need half the quantity of onions and 1/4 the quantity of tomatoes. Can you find out the quantities of onions and tomatoes required? Students may perform the calculations in their book. Accept all responses. Discuss the calculation on the board. In bringing an activity like cooking to the lesson, the educator can inculcate the core life skill of creative thinking. Summarize by stating that, now we know the quantities of tomatoes and onion required for cooking. Let us now use the weighing scale to get the desired quantity of onions and tomatoes. Let's explore more of this activity in our next video.